thank you for agreeing to do this, by
Oh
the
yeah,
way.
no worries.
It's super helpful. How is everything going with that?
Yeah, great. Yeah, she's loving the group session as well. I think it's a really good mix of the two. I think like with Varisha, it really cements the foundations there, but then the group lesson, like she's really growing in confidence and as well
Yeah,
like reading out in front of other people and yeah, so she's loving that class now as well. So yeah, no, we're
good.
excited with it.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I think a lot of parents are like quite anti-group at first, but I think
Yeah.
it adds a really good dynamic to
Absolutely. And like it's something as
session.
well, like if you struggle with reading like that, reading out and in front of other people.
Yeah.
And like even to do it on Zoom is brilliant because that's the world they live in, you know?
Yes. Yeah,
Like
you're so right.
like they're going to like she's going to have even that experience that maybe other people won't have because they have never been on a Zoom class. Like
Yeah.
now it's
Yeah.
just normal for her to go and do it. Like so that alone is brilliant for her as well.
Yeah, and like the tech skills that go along with it as well, I
Yeah.
think good. Oh, good. I'm glad it's going well, and I'm
Yeah.
glad the
Really
group
well.
and like, and it's that small group, isn't it? Anyway, hold it. Or hold it for the
Okay, yeah.
questions. Otherwise, I'll just
Don't
start
say
like
too much
chatting
just
to
yet.
you. Yeah, we'll get to the questions. You'll be like, I've
Yeah.
already told you. Okay. Did Hannah send you over the questions?
Yeah. Yeah, she did. Thanks.
Um, so first of all, could you start us off? Just tell me your name and where you're from.
Hi, I'm Pamela and I'm from Ireland, and we live in Dublin.
Yeah. And where was your daughter before she started working with us in terms of, oh, and actually, before we start, could you just tell us what age your daughter is and what year group she's in Ireland?
So she is, well, she's 6 now, but when she started, she was 5 and she's in senior infants. So it's kind of in between like reception year 1 in the UK.
Yeah. Okay, great.
So,
And where was she reading wise when she started with us?
so when she started with you guys, her teacher said there is definitely room for improvement. That she wasn't the lowest of the class, but she wasn't up there where she needed to be at the time.
Brilliant. What was her reading like? Was she sort of sounding out a lot? Did she know
Yeah,
her
so it
sound?
was it was sounding out all words really. And it was very basic reading, like the cat on the mat sort of thing. It wasn't long sentences at all. So yeah, it was very, very basic and what she was learning.
Okay, great. And what specific problems or challenges were you looking to get help with? Were you just looking for like a quick boost with her reading? Were you looking for more than that?
So when I was younger, I struggled with reading and spelling. And so the minute I heard that she was a little bit behind, I went to absolute panic mode and was like, if I can get her the help now at 5, 6 and cement the foundations there, like that will really stand to her in the future. So
Yeah,
it was more of really trying to what she needed to learn was there and that it was in place. Because probably first when I before I had kids, I was like, oh, like junior and senior infants or like those younger years, I was like, they don't really matter, but they matter so much. Because
yeah,
if you don't get it there and you go on to like year 1, year 2, like it makes that so much more difficult if you haven't got the foundations.
100%. And at the beginning, the gap's small, and then the gap just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So you're right. So many parents will say to me like, "Oh, we're just going to wait and see another year," and I want to be like, "Why?
Yeah, no, I would
Why?"
say to parents, and after doing this, do not wait. If you have a niggle in your head that your child needs any help, I wouldn't even say that if your child needs help. I think every child would benefit from this program. Like absolutely every child would benefit from it. Like to have that one-on-one attention, is just fantastic. Like, and then to have the group sessions as well. Like, I think that's just amazing that they can learn to interact with other kids online. They're reading out, they're confident. It means that when they're in the classroom, they're confident. And I don't think like there's kind of nothing that I know like money is an element, but if you don't have a takeaway or a couple of pints at the weekend, that's it paid for. So
You're writing my marketing page for me, Pamela.
yeah.
So true. It's so true though, isn't it?
Yeah, like that's even
Um,
with my husband, because my husband does most of the classes with it. And at first he probably was like, "Oh, I don't like, I think you're just rushing into things, like you're just in a bit of a panic mode." And I was like, "No, like I think this will be really benefit." And he was like, "We could never give her that time. Like if we sat
no,
down with her for like 20 minutes and tried to do what Barisha or Elizabeth does in that half an hour, like we would never get it. We'd never get her to have the attention. We would never have the resources to do it, and we wouldn't know where she should be at, or
yeah,
how capable she would be of pushing her forward. So like no matter what, like unless you're like a primary school teacher or a lecturer or something, I don't know like how as a
I'm
parent
gonna
you would be able
I'm
to
gonna
do it.
stop you there. This is what I do for a living. I cannot do it with my daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's hard. Because
Yeah.
you run out of patience. Like you're like, just do it. Because you're like,
And
there's the answer. Like, but just do it.
and you don't have that focused time either, do you? You're not,
No.
I'm at home with her. I'm trying to do like the cooking, the washing, like everything else, look after my little
Yeah.
boy, and then yeah,
Yeah, because
just
we have
I'm not
two
at
younger
work.
girls and they're usually hanging out of us at the time when I'm trying to do that. So like it comes up to our home office and she does it here. Like she's working and like she enjoys even that part of it. Like sometimes she gives out about going upstairs and be like, "Oh, I don't want to do that right now." But then when she comes back down, she's absolutely buzzing and telling what sounds she's learned, what's the word of the week. Like she's
Oh, that makes me
yeah.
so
Yeah.
happy.
So like
That's
she's buzzing
brilliant.
then. Like as Brian said, like the minute she gets like onto it, like she's in it and that's it. Like she's and it's fun for her as well. She's not a chore for her either.
No, yeah, we do try and make. I mean, like reading fluency can be dry, right? So we try
Yeah.
and make them as fun as they can be. Okay, what made you reach out to me, or I probably reached out to you, but why did you choose to go with us over doing something different?
To be honest, there wasn't a lot of programs I saw online. And I think I followed you for a little while and then I just reached out. Yeah, and just reached out. It was more that, yeah, I wanted to, if I could get help, that that I could do it. And we could do it on Zoom as well, that it's flexible. I didn't have to go anywhere and um trying to navigate like a lesson or whatever outside of the home is
So much
harder,
easier
or even
doing
having someone
online.
in. Yeah, it's just so much easier. And it is the way the world works now. And like she has that experience of being on a Zoom call and even interacting through a computer, like it's just beneficial for her as well. So that the flexibility of it as well was great. Yeah,
Good. Yeah, do you know what? I think people underestimate that until they're doing it, and then they
yeah.
realize how good it is. You've not got to, yeah, it's not another thing to think about.
And it was really
Um,
surprising how quickly she just got it. Like she just went on it and she understood the concept. Like she wouldn't really be on a computer all that much. But she understood like the concept of it and how it worked and just gets into it. So yeah.
yeah, it's great. And actually, I mean, when I was teaching in school, and this was a few years ago now, but it's probably even more so now, kids are used to technology, but they're used to like touch screens. So they're used to
Yeah.
iPads or tablets or phones. They're not really used to desktop, like laptop, keyboard, mouse,
No.
other than at school. And then they quite often struggle with it. So it's good for them, I think.
Yeah. Very nice.
Um,
Where the letters are on a keyboard and things like
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And was there anything that stopped you almost from signing up?
No, once I spoke to you, I knew that was it. Because when you struggle as a child, you definitely would do anything for your children not to feel the way you did.
Yeah.
And I know that it went on later and later, um, in school, and I know it stopped me from being able to do kind of things that I wanted to do. And so I definitely would like once I had a chat with you and heard what it was about, then I knew that was it for us. Yeah, give it a
That's
go.
nice to know because most people at that point say money, but then they're like, but we're so pleased we did it. So that's
Yeah,
nice to
no,
know.
like we think like both me and my husband's like it's a fantastic investment. Like, why wouldn't you do it? Like,
I know.
I know, like things can be hard on people, and we're lucky that we can afford to do it. But my husband was like, he kind of counts everything and like, well, that would cost a pint or two. Like that's what it costs.
Yeah.
Like it's a takeaway or a couple of pints out, and that's it. Like money that you would just waste.
I
normally.
love his budgeting system
Yeah,
and
and
pints.
he's an accountant as
Sounds
well,
like
so it's
my
like
sort of
just
person.
the price of a pint. That's the price of a
Yeah.
pint.
And what ultimately made you say yes? Well, I think you've already answered that in terms of not wanting to fall behind, not wanting her to feel the same as you. And I think um, so many of our parents say that they struggled or they've got dyslexia or,
Yeah.
all sorts of things and they
Well,
don't
I've
want that
actually
for their
been
child.
diagnosed with dyslexia. Um I suppose when I started her, when I was in school, I was like, I don't know if I have it or not. So I only have recently have been tested. And I do have it. I kind of knew, but like I'm turning 40 this year and it took that long to,
Wow.
yeah, like nobody did it in school. Nobody kind of picked up on it. But I always was kind of maybe quieter in school and hid it. My surname is Walsh, so I was always last person to read. So I would have it. I know where I was on the page and go down and practice it in my head a couple of times
Well, the fact
before.
that you can remember that, I think, is like
Yeah.
a big thing. So,
Yeah, so like it affected me every day. So that's probably why I really was like the minute someone said that she is a little bit behind or that she could push ahead, I was like, this was really something that I was like, I really want this for her because I know how big of a difference it would have made to me and to my whole life if someone else had given me one-on-one when I was
yeah.
6.
Yeah, exactly that. And I'm sure I feel the same. I did used to have tuition, but for maths,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
for reading and writing. And I remember loving my tuition sessions, like absolutely loving them. And
Yeah.
just everything started to click.
Clicking, yeah, it clicks and it
Um,
makes sense. I was like, because we didn't learn phonics in school. Like even now, I was like, words make more sense to me because you can
yeah,
sound them out and
yeah.
that's what
Have
it
you
is.
found since you've got your diagnosis that it's had like much of an impact on you and sort of how you view things?
Yeah, sometimes I kind of go, well, that's the reason for a lot of the bits. You see, I've always like I've done well, but I've just always like barely passed things. I was like, imagine what I could have wrote if I had a bit of extra time or a bit of extra to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
vision or like just that little bit of extra help. So yeah, no, I'm delighted that we've been able to do that for her.
Good. Okay. And what have been your biggest takeaways or aha moments so far?
Definitely that she's coming down to me and she's been able to spell words. Like it's not just reading. It's reading, spellings, writing sentences. Like it's all of that. It's not just like how to read a book. It's how to do everything around kind of the English language. So that is amazing. Like she's coming down and she's spelling out a couple of words to me, or she's writing them down on a piece of paper. You find them a couple of days
Brilliant.
later, and you're like, "That's right." Like she's doing that right. Like she's even like saying words out, and then she'll just be like, "This is how." Like she'll sound them out, and she goes, "That's," and it's right. Like
That's brilliant.
yeah.
I'm really pleased. And the next question is what noticeable changes or improvements have you seen in your child since we started? Obviously, you've answered that a bit there with like writing. What
Yeah.
about her like reading, her confidence? Has it affected
Yeah,
any of
so it
that?
has really improved, but her teachers also said that she is at the level where she needs to be. Like there are maybe one or two kids that are slightly higher in her class, but they're also a full year older than her as well. But she said like she's perfect in her reading now. Like there's
Oh,
no
that's so
issues. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, which is very reassuring to help, is like to hear.
Yeah, and it must just make you feel like relieved
Yeah.
and relaxed.
And I was like, 100% we made the right decision in getting this help because, like, as I say, you won't, as a parent, be able to give the time, and they don't have the attention or like the patience with you, like, and you're giving out or they're giving out, and everybody's getting frustrated. Where when she comes up, she just gets
Yeah.
it done, and that's it.
Does she read more sort of willingly to you now?
Yeah, and like she'll read out like signs and stuff like that, or like things like that she wants to watch on Netflix, she'll like spell it out for you because if we don't know what it is, she'll just
Or
start spelling it out. And we're like, okay. Like
that's a
she like
necessity.
yeah, absolutely. This is what program I want to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
Have to or like even she'll watch if she's watching something, she'll like spell out the word and then to read the word. Like, so she's starting to read things all around her. So she's picking that up like signs and things in like in a magazine or in a paper or something like a like she's picking up words like on the street, wherever she sees them, she's trying to read them out all the time now. So that's
That's
brilliant.
brilliant. Great. Um, what internal or I mean the next question was about tangible results, but I think you've probably told me that already because she's now exactly where she should be in
Yeah.
school. Only a few children above her. You're not concerned about that, reading things around her. So, what internal mind shifts have you experienced as a parent since we started working together? So, would you say you've got more clarity on what should be happening or anything like
Yeah, or
that?
even trying to understand what level she should be at because like you don't know as a parent, like where should they? Are they how behind are they or are they how ahead are they? Like you don't really know what they should be learning. And for me as well, like when her teacher says there is like room for improvement there. She's where she should be at, but she could also be a little bit more. Like we could encourage her a little bit more. So that's why the to continue the lessons are fantastic for us to do that.
Yeah, and so many parents come to me and say they don't, their children are so much further behind than your daughter, for example. And they're like, school have said it's okay, we're not sure yet, but we want to get support. And I'm like, it's
Yeah.
because you don't have that gauge. And I think if you knew someone had that conversation with
Yeah.
you, you would know how important this is. But it's really hard from my perspective to tell them that because it sounds like I'm pushing them into a sale.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah,
it,
I get that, but I'd be like, if someone says there's room for improvement or like hold off, like don't hold off. Like this is,
no,
especially when they're younger, like it's so
no,
important. You don't want to get to them like at 40 and get diagnosed with dyslexia. Like you don't
no,
want them to struggle
no,
all that time when you can do it right now. Like it's and to some like to put the foundations there for like reading is just so important. So like I would say to any parent, if your child is struggling, even if they're at the level that they should be and there's room for improvement, just keep going with it. Like any child out of any ability should be able to do this. Like it's
yeah, completely agree. And how would you describe your overall experience and your child's experience?
yeah, I would say really positive. We have had the one-on-one, the 12 week with Barisha twice a week, which was great. And now we have Barisha once a week and Elizabeth in the group session once a week. And she loves that mix now as well. Um, so yeah, my experience has been really positive. These have been really accommodating. Um, yeah, I'd highly recommend it to anybody who, even if you're thinking about it slightly, just do it. Like you'll see yourself like even do the 12-week program, see yourself what changes are. Like you will not be able to give that time to your child, no matter how many hours you put into it. Like we don't
Right.
have the resources as adult, like as parents, to be able to even bring all the technology up online, being able to bring the books up and the sounds and the letters and as well to know like say Varisha knows like if she's struggling with a sound, she'll go over that again and like a few weeks later she'll bring it back so that she really makes sure that
Yeah.
she has it there.
Yeah.
And that she
And
pushes her forward as well. Like she's pushing her to go to bigger words that maybe are slightly beyond her now at this minute, but she's bringing them in so that does know them.
brilliant. And I think it's interesting what you said about like all the stuff online and the games and the basically it's the prep behind that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So quite often people will say to me, they're like, oh, is this price for 30 minutes? And I'm like, well, it is, but it's also for the planning and the assessment and the prep, everything that goes
Yeah.
into that
It's massive.
30-minute session, which is quite a chunk of work.
And then to
So
continue it on to the next one that like it all ties in together.
yeah,
It's just and then the repeat of what they did last week and yeah, so it's all like all that you wouldn't be able to do that no matter how many things you printed
No,
offline. I did that. I
no.
printed off loads of stuff offline, like reading trees and like sounds and stuff like that. And even I say to my husband, "What's this sound?" And he'd be like, "Total arseways." And I'd be like, "Okay, so like, we don't know what we're talking about. How could we teach that to her?"
It's so true. And it's random. So a lot of parents will say to me like, "Oh, we've tried playing games." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's like this scattergun sort of random approach rather than
Yeah.
like the assessment and the real sequence." Um, is there anything else you'd like to share?
No, that's it. Like I'd recommend it to anybody, and if if your child is struggling at all, just do it. You won't regret it. Like it's yeah, fantastic. You will not be able to give the time that you get. Like it's in half an hour twice a week for you to kind of sit and run through it with your child, but you learn through it as well because you know what they should be learning, and you can kind of go through that at home, but you won't be able to come up with it yourself. Like as you say, the prep work that goes into it, you can really see that you're not just pulling something from anywhere. Which I
No,
have printed out tons of stuff and tried to, yeah, but you just don't do
no,
it.
it's not the same.
No.
And just on that note, just to say, for anyone who watches this, let's hope someone does watch this, that you guys are doing the 2 sessions a week, weren't you, for 3 months? But
Yeah.
our like core offer is 3 sessions. But because of your daughter's age, we agreed to sort of cut it down to 2 sessions a week
Yeah.
because of that. And it still had a really good impact by the
Yeah.
sounds of it.
Yeah.
So
No, massively.
um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Massively.
okay, and you
Yeah.
can breathe. We're done. I will cut
Good.
this bit off the end, so no one hears
That's
it.
all right. No, thanks
Thank you
again. And
so much, Pamela.
thanks
Honestly,
to you and Marisha and Elizabeth. Like it's really, yeah, really helped us.
trying to tie people down to do a testimonial is hard work.
I know, I'm
So
so
honestly,
sorry. I was like, so
no.
sorry. I was like, oh no. I'm a disaster.
Normally I'd be like, oh, I've logged off now, but I haven't got someone to do one for a while. So I'm
Yeah.
getting back on because trying to pin people down, people are like, yeah, we love you. We'd love to do one for you. Yeah, sign us up. And then I'm like, okay. And then obviously we don't ever get a date in. And then it's just, you know what it's
I know,
like.
it's just hard to
It's
do
not
it.
people's priority, which I understand that. It's not their business. So thank you so much
No,
for doing it.
all right.
And also I think it's just really helpful. Like it's gonna help someone because someone will watch this and then they would have been on the fence about it and
Yeah,
then they'll sign up. So
yeah. So hopefully, yeah, that's good. That's a good. Yeah,
brilliant.
thanks a million.
I will
Thanks for
let you go
everything.
and enjoy the rest of your
You
evening,
too.
Pamela.
Mind
And
yourself.
yeah, you know where I am if you need
Yeah.
me.
No, thanks a million for everything, Hannah.
Right. Thank you. Speak soon.
Bye. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye bye.